Assalamu alaikum students. Hope you all are doing well. I am Nadia Nazir from Indus EduTrain working at High Secondary Pahlipora in Baramulla district. Today I am here with a topic that is database, the basic concepts of database. It is a very important topic and trust me, it will really help you in a very long run. So let's get started. To understand the database, we should first know what is a data and what is an information and what is the difference between the two. Okay, so let's see. See, what is a data? The data are the known facts. For example, there is a student. The facts about him may be his name, his residence and other facts, okay? Or it's not about only the student, it can be anything. For example, in mathematics we have certain numbers like 1, 2, 3. Okay, this is data. Now see what is information. For example, we have to count the number of students in a class. What will we do? Obviously, we will add the number of students that are in class. For example, there are 6 students. We will add 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6. There are 6 students. It means the total roll of the students is 6. That becomes an information, okay? Or the name of the student. When I say the name of the student is Faiza, okay, it becomes an information. So this is the difference between the two, okay? The data is a raw concept and information is a processed one, okay? Talking about the data is of two types, structured data and unstructured data. I will be talking about this later. Let's come to our main topic, main concept, that is database. Now let's see what is a database. We can say a database is a collection of related data, okay? Or we can say it's an organized collection of data. Or we can say a database is a container of information. See, it is a collection of related data. For example, we have a student. The data related to him may be his name, that is student name, his parentage, that is student parentage, his residence, student's residence, etc. It can have many columns, it can have many values, but only those values that are related to the particular data, not any irrelevant data, okay? So just remember that database is a collection of related data. Now let's come to database management system. Let's see what is a database management system. The database management system, it is a general purpose software system, or we can say software package, which is open for public. Open for public means the public can access, okay? Or we can say it's a collection of programs that are set by the user to define, design and manipulate the data. Now we will see these things in detail, but first see what it includes. It includes 4 basic things, that is database management system. In database management system there are 4 main things, that is designing, creating part, manipulation part and sharing part. In database management system, the first thing is the designing part, okay? Let's see what is the designing part. The designing part includes structure, that is how many rows and how many columns of a database, the data type of data which is in database. Now, there arises a question that what is a data type? See, what is a data type? A data type is a particular kind of data item as defined by the values it can take. For example, we have to write the name of a student. We can't write like 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 can't be a name of a student, is it? So, the alphabetical letters in English, that is from A to Z, can be the name of a student. So, the name of the student will only take those values. Which values? The alphabetical values. So the name of the student, when it will take the alphabetical values, it means its data type is here char, that is character data type. Okay, so designing includes this part, that how many rows and columns will there be in a database, what will be the data type of the data that is being stored in the database. Now, the creation, manipulation and the sharing part. Creating includes the actual storage of the data in the hard disk. Manipulating or the manipulation part, it is the access from the database. Means the user can access the database. It is the manipulating part. When users can access the database, it comes in the manipulation part. Okay. Then there is sharing. Whether the database that can be accessed by the multiple users or not. Got it? Now we got the idea that what is a database management system. Now let's see how the data is organized in database management system. So the organization of data in DBMS is in two forms. That is, first is flat file system and second is relation system. In flat file system, the data is stored in a single table. Okay, it is usually suitable for less amount of data. Where the amount of data is very less, we can store it in a single table, and that is a flat file system. And second, it is relation. In relation organization, the data is stored in multiple tables, and the tables are linked using a common field. Okay, and this type of organization is suitable for medium to large amount of data. Fine. In DBMS, we have database servers. What are these database servers? These are the dedicated computers that hold the actual database. Do you know what is a dedicated computer? A dedicated computer is a computer that is dedicated for a specific task. So these computers are only dedicated for the database management system and the related software. Related software to what? Related software to database management system. And these database servers are referred to as backends. Users can access the data, they can insert, they can update, they can delete. So this database servers are also known as client server models. I hope the database and the database management system concept is clear. Okay, now let's move to relational database management system, that is RDBMS. It is a database management system that is based on relational model that was introduced by E.F. Codd. Before going to the definition of relational database management system, let's first understand what was this relational model that was introduced by E.F. Codd. Okay? So, the relational model by E.F. Codd. In this model, the data was organized in the form of rows and columns. And the building blocks of this model were the mathematical relations. And here, the relations are made up of attributes. Relation here means a table, and attributes means columns. Okay, so each relation is made up of attributes, and row is called tuple here, and column is called the attribute. Okay, you got it? A table is called a relation here, row a tuple, and column attribute. And in this relational model, each table must have a unique identifier. That is the key, which will be discussed in examples later. Okay? See, here we have a table, rather a relation, which has 5 columns and 5 rows. We can say it has 5 attributes and 5 tuples. The attribute names here are ID, name, age, address and GPA, and the tuples are S1, S2, S3, S4 and S5. And when we give values to these attribute names, those are called attribute values. Fine? See a tuple in little detail. See, we have a relation here which has 3 attributes: student ID, name and address. When we give values to these attributes, for example, we have given the value like student ID 1, name Rahul, and address Delhi. This this full record is called the tuple. Okay, hope you got the concept of tuple in this relational model. Okay, so let's proceed. In the relational model, we discussed that a relation must have a unique identifier that is a key. Let's see the concept of this key. See, we have a relation here with 3 attributes and one attribute name that has the values Ram, Ravi, and one more person named Ravi and Sanjay. So it will be very difficult to differentiate between the student records as they have names that are similar. Similar names here are Ravi. Okay. So to differentiate, we can add an additional field roll number because the roll number is unique to every student. No 2 students can have the same roll number. 2 students can have the same name, but no 2 students can have the same roll number. So roll number is unique and it becomes the unique identifier here. Okay, so the concept of key is clear. One more little concept in this relational model is arity. That is the degree of a relation, or we can say the degree of a table. It is the number of attributes of a relation, means how many columns you have in a table. For example, we have a table, rather a relation named R, and it has the various attributes from A1 to AN. So the arity, so the degree of this relation will be n, which means that it will have n number of columns. Fine. So this was all about relational model. So now let's go to the definition of relational database management system. So you got the idea about the relational model, which is the basis for relational database management system. Now, before we go to the definition of RDBMS, we will first learn about the types of data that I already told you in the beginning. We will discuss it now. Okay. See, we have 2 types of data. One is structured data and another is unstructured data. Structured data is a data where data is organized in a particular form, in a particular format, or we can say in a particular structure. Okay. For example, when you book a ticket for a train or plane, you put in some information, for example, your name, where you want to go, your destination, your address, your time. Okay, and when you get the ticket and when you get the receipt, it is in the form of rows and columns, or we can say it's in the form of a table. This is an example of structured data, where the data is in a form of particular format. Okay. And unstructured data is a data where the data doesn't have a particular format. For example, we have web pages. Web pages are made up of images, audios, videos, and we have different web pages. For example, in one web page, we may have audio at the top, then video, and then the text. So the web pages do not have any particular structure. That is an example of unstructured data. Now, the structured data needs to be stored. Okay. It may have many ways, but the most usable method is relational database. So we will store the relation in a relational database, which means storing the data in the form of a relation. Okay, in the form of rows and columns. Now, when we store the data in a relational database, we need a management system, or we need a platform which supports the relation, so that when users access the database, it is in a form of a relation. So for that we have relational database management system. So we can now get to the definition. So let's see. Relational database management system is a software package used to store and retrieve the data that is organized in the form of a table. Or we can say it's a method of combining information from several separate databases that are related to one another through values of common fields. Hope you got the idea of database management system and relational database management system. I tried to make it very simple. Hope you like it. That's all for today, and if there is any question, do let me know in comment section. Thank you so much, and please stay home. Let's break the chain together. Take care.